Hey, we're going to go over 9 more things that I wish I knew before playing as far as I have in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. In case you missed it, we actually posted another video posting 9 tips that I wish that I knew before playing the game. This is a continuation of that series, and this is all 9 completely different tips. Just like that video, this video will not contain any story spoilers of any kind. It does assume, however, that you have at least played until you've left the initial Sky Island and touched down on the surface world, as well as gone into the depths at least once. Before we get into it, I'm Solace, this is Solace and Dread. We produce reaction videos as well as analytical content primarily focused on Nintendo, Square Enix, and Capcom publications. Tip number 1. All right, before I say what this is, I'm just gonna let you know it is an ability that you get. So if you consider that type of thing, I won't tell you anything that happens around it. Please skip forward to this time code, but this is a big one. That ability is Autobuild. If you're like my wife and you find the building in the game with Ultra Hand a little bit cumbersome, this will save you a lot of headache and time. You can get the final ability for Link's right arm very early in the game. Like pretty much right away as soon as you land on the surface world. After you finish your quest with Purah, she will refer you to Josha for some quests. It's easy to just ignore it because it's a side quest and move on and do whatever you want and follow the main quests. However, I strongly recommend finding Josha and completing her quest line and the subsequent line all before you focus on anything else. The first quest will take you into the depths. You have to go down there and take a picture of a statue. Then you're going to go back down there and follow the statues to a certain point south of where you entered into the depths. What Autobuild does is it saves the last 30 Ultra Hand makes that you did, and you can actually favorite up to 8 of them. So you don't have to re-engineer, you can just pull out all the parts and assemble. And even if you don't have the parts, you can just assemble. Pretty fast, pretty simple, and it'll save you some headache. Fun fact, you can find a ton of Zonite in the depths. It's probably the best place in the game to get Zonite. Tip number 2, Purah Pad completion. Now, once you complete that quest with Josha, I highly encourage that you at least kick off that next quest with Robbie. What Robbie will do is have you build a hot air balloon using your newly acquired auto build function. He will then use that to travel over to the lab over in Heteno. You don't have to go right away, but at some point as you travel, you will make your way over to Heteno Village. He's up in the lab just north of the village. You get a lot of the same functions that you had in Breath of the Wild. So the tracking comes back, although it is improved because it tells you the altitude of what you're tracking in relation to where you are in the world. They also changed the tone a little bit, which is great because in my last recent playthrough in Breath of the Wild, that tone was actually pretty shrill. This one's a little softer. In addition to the tracking through the compendium and tracking for shrines, you also get the travel medallion, which lets you set up your own fast travel point. And then on top of that, you can unlock Hero's Path mode once you unlock all of the towers, which allows you to save your footsteps as you travel throughout Hyrule for 256 hours of play. I've yet to turn it on myself. Next time I play the game, I'm going to turn it back on. Tip number 3 is latitudinal movement. I'm going to say this in a way that doesn't spoil anything, but in the last video, we mentioned an easy way to obtain the glide shirt. That in combination with what you get from finishing the first dungeon will greatly help you travel along the peaks and valleys of Hyrule just as easily as you could in Breath of the Wild. The Rito Village quest. This takes place up in the Hebra region. I cannot stress enough the importance of going there first. Before you get the towers, before you find all the shrines, go there, do what you need to do, and then have a ball. Trust me on this. Tip number 4, stock up on sticky potions. As you've probably seen, there's a lot of caves in the game. Whenever you enter a cave, you'll usually find little white lizards crawling around on the walls. Grab them. They can help you make sticky potions. Those sticky potions will help you climb the walls in the ring. Now you still slip, but you can still climb much better than you could without it. Just don't leap. If you try to leap up on the wall, you're going to slip. In addition to that, if you follow my advice and you go handle the Rito situation, you can come across a side quest that spans most of Hyrule. That side quest can give you a suit that helps you stick to the wall in any rain. Tip number 5. Also in my last video, I did mention the use of recall. What I didn't mention is how you can use it to ladder. I call it recall laddering. We're gonna have Awakening Link here demonstrate how it works. Link, if you would. For this, we're gonna pretend that up there is where we need to go, and everything between where we stand and up there on that ridge is lava. And up there on the ridge is sweet, safe home. Okay? So we're gonna take 2 sleds. It doesn't have to be sleds, it can be pieces of wood or whatever you want it to be. All right, and you're gonna take Ultra Hand, you're gonna put it out there as far as you can. Keep it level, that way you don't fall off, right? Then you bring it back to you, keeping it level, set it back down. Now, take this other piece, put it on top. You don't have to do it this way, but this is how we did it, all right? You can get real creative. Then use recall, grab that, bring it with you. Now you're gonna set it even higher. Now you can't reach it quite yet. You're still in the lava. You're still in the theoretical lava here. So you're gonna go back down to where you were. You're gonna go to safety, all right? And you're gonna stop your recall on that. All right, you're gonna clumsily put that back on top. Now, you're gonna come over here. There you go, buddy. There you go. You're gonna come over here, recall. All right, you're gonna ride it back up top. All right, so he's gonna, there you go. There you go. You're gonna go all the way up here. Boom! It's up there. Now, you're not up there, but your sled is up there. So what do? You go back down to safety. Okay, you set it back down. Now you're gonna go climb on your other sled. You're gonna turn on recall. You're gonna send it back up there and ascend to safety. There you go. What a stud. Look at him. I'm proud of this little guy. You did it. You want to keep your sled? All right, keep it. There you go. Grab it. It's gonna fall. Grab it. Grab it. There you go. You did. You made it. You made. Good job. I'm proud of you, buddy. Good job. You see how happy he is. It doesn't have to be distance. You can climb pretty high. So we're not going to watch all of this. We're going to fast forward through, but I'll show you just how high you can get. And I challenge you to try it and see how high you can get to. But basically, you can use 2 items that Link can stand on and ladder yourself pretty far up to the sky. Tip number 6, say you just don't have any platforms, but you do need to jump up pretty high. I can tell you, you can use spicy peppers, which is also a mechanic in the previous game, but you can use spicy peppers and light them on fire and it will create an updraft for basically for free or for very low cost and jump up to wherever you need to go. So stop complaining and get creative. This is not Breath of the Wild. It's better. Tip number 7, you can actually redeploy your birds mid-flight. Just because your bird runs out, that doesn't mean that you have to stop and then start using your paraglider. You can actually pull out another wing and increase your glide distance an insane amount. I'm demonstrating it now as I'm talking to save time in the video. But once your bird runs out, enter glide. Don't move, just glide still as you slowly sink. Go into your inventory, pull out your wing, and then before you unpause and leave your inventory, hold forward on your left stick. Leave the inventory. As the wing falls below Link's feet, press B to release your glide from your paraglide, and you will fall directly onto the bird. It takes a little bit of practice, but once I did it once, I was able to do it every time after that. So yes, there are videos out there of people using rockets in insane ways and gliding through the air, but you can do just as well using this little bird trick. Tip number 8, this would be to use Amiibo if you have it to get Epona. Epona is a great horse. She has incredible stats. And in the early throes of the game, having a reliable horse that you can take with you as you travel it's so valuable. Unlike Breath of the Wild, horses are undeniably useful in this game, at least in the early parts. I do have to warn you though that Epona cannot be altered in any way. Spend a minute to get a different horse if you need to tow something, but other than that, Epona should be great for you. You can also transfer her from your Breath of the Wild save. In fact, all of your old horses transfer from your Breath of the Wild save. Tip number 9 is to truly harness the power of fusing. There's a lot of videos out there that mention fusing a minecart to a shield, and then you can kind of use it as a skateboard. I would highly encourage fusing other things too, like fusing a bomb. You can do that mid-combat, so you could grab a bomb barrel, fuse it to your shield, and then go into surf and give yourself an explosive pop, which then you can combo into an arrow or anything else. Maybe take some time and harness and experiment. Really take time to experiment, learn what everything does. My favorite arrow to fuse is definitely the Muddle Buds, which is how you can handle large groups of enemies. If you hit them with a Muddle Bud, it'll confuse whoever you hit and they'll start attacking each other. Why do all of the work when you can make them do the work for you? Right? Have them fight each other. Also, try to break away from that Breath of the Wild mentality where you're saving all of your weapons. One of the best things about Tears of the Kingdom is the loop in how fighting actually helps you, because you can use the monster parts for kick-ass weapons out of nothing. So all of those Bokoblin horns and Moblin horns that you get, you can just fuse them onto kind of garbage and make something awesome. That's it. If you find this video helpful, please consider giving it a like or subscribing if you're not part of the Turtle Kingdom community. There's going to be a lot more Zelda content coming out in the next couple of months. Now, if we come up with 9 more tips that we think would be helpful for a beginner that isn't already obvious, then we'll make another video, but I think this is where we stop for now. Soon we're going to be doing some character dives and some spoilery related stuff, but right now everybody's just kind of enjoying the game and exploring on their own, so we're going to keep it pretty light to start. Feel free to join our playthroughs as we play through the game live over on twitch.tv/SolaceandDread, or follow us on Twitter to keep up with everything we do. I don't really know how to grow a Twitter following, but I promise we have some pretty banger tweets. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon, and long live the Turtle Kingdom.